may be going through a rocky part in your relationship, or maybe your relationship just ended. Could be in an unfulfilling job or career, or maybe you went through some type of betrayal or life shift and you are feeling lost right now. So, my friends, I want to say that this is okay. You will survive. You will get through it. And I felt this way many times in my life, and I want to share some of the things that I've done and I continue to do if I ever feel like I get into a rut or feel lost at any point. I believe when we feel lost, we feel disconnected from our true nature, from our true selves, and our inner child. So some of these things can reconnect you with your true essence and nature and get you through to the other side. And when you do move through this season in your life, a lot of times, from my experience, I've always noticed that I become a stronger, more grounded, more understanding type of person, and my perspective actually improves after I move through one of these seasons in my life. So here are the things that have helped me. Getting out in nature first. It will always do wonders. So whatever is a peaceful place for you, beach, forest, whatever landscape, maybe a field, mountains, whatever is peaceful for you, then get out and spend some time. Go for a hike, go for a walk on the beach, and just put yourself in nature and soak it all in. Walking on the beach and in nature, there's whole tons of science behind the benefits of doing this, as well as one of the things is if you take your shoes off and walk barefoot, this also has a grounding effect, and there's science behind the health benefits of just walking barefoot through on the ground, sand or grass. So the other thing is connecting with animals or children. So animals and children are really so innocent, and they are a living example of where we all came from when we were young, and we are true essence as just spiritual beings. If you notice a child or an animal, they are very present, they're very connected to their spirit, and it can reconnect you with your true essence when you spend time with them. The other thing that you may not want to hear is crying. It is okay to cry. It's actually great to cry at this time, even if it doesn't seem like it's an appropriate response. If you get fired from your job, I would never allow myself to cry in the past, but it's okay to cry. You don't have to be tough. You can feel it. You can release it. It's actually the only way to release things is to feel it. So allow yourself some time to just feel and honor so you can release it. If you resist something, it will persist. So if you want to gracefully and productively move through this season in your life of feeling this way, then really honoring it and feeling it will get you through this time. And I know that in the moment it feels like this is it, this is forever, but if you can think back on other times that you have felt lost or depressed or stuck, you move through those. And I have moved through those times in my life, and usually not so gracefully. So I have looked back and now have made a conscious decision to be conscious and move through these different seasons in a beneficial way instead of a damaging way. Numbing would be a damaging way to move through these different seasons that we go through in life. Sitting silently and being okay with silence is also very beneficial. If you go to a park or somewhere with a nice view, bring a journal, and just being silent, listening to your thoughts, taking in the scenery. And it definitely helps if you are totally present in this environment, not thinking about your past, not thinking about your future, because most of the pain that is caused when you have a life shift like this is thinking about the past, reminiscing on regrets or guilt or shame from that relationship that ended, or thinking about the future, of all the future plans that will no longer come to fruition because the relationship has ended. So all your pain exists in your past and in your future. So if you can be as present as possible, those pains cannot exist, actually, if you think about it. So when you're sitting in silence at the park or at the beach, try to incorporate all your senses. So what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? What are you feeling? Do you feel the breeze or the sun on your face? And when you're looking around, notice every little leaf or sand or pebble or maybe like an insect walking around, and just really take it all in. Try to do it for a half hour or an hour, and that will totally ground yourself and get yourself more present if you think about that. Another way to get out of your own head and not feel so bad is to do something nice for yourself. Buy yourself flowers. So whatever you would do for a friend that was down, do that for yourself. Make yourself a nice cup of tea, buy yourself flowers. This is actually some advice from my mom, because she was always very good at knowing when I was down about something, and she always would suggest self-care, self-love types of things. So make yourself a nice bath, tea, whatever it is that you would do for a best friend that was maybe feeling under the weather. Do that nice thing for yourself. And on the other side of the coin, the fastest way to get out of feeling bad for yourself is to get out of your own head and do something nice for somebody else. If you make someone else smile, then you can't help but smile yourself. So surprise someone with something small gift, or just a compliment that's genuine. The last thing, and then I have a bonus thing that is guaranteed to get you out of a funk or feeling lost, is to play. If you just play, just do something just for the sake of doing it. The example that I thought of was building a sandcastle. So if you build a sandcastle and put the shells on the outside and sticks, and make a little gate or whatever you did when you were a kid, if you just totally are in that present moment and just do something just for the sake of doing, you are enjoying life just for the sake of life, and you are totally present. You're also honoring yourself and your inner child, because that is also honoring your true essence and getting back to the basics of who you are. And my last bonus thing, if you really want to and you have the resources, take yourself on vacation. It doesn't have to be super expensive, but just a weekend trip somewhere different, because novelty is a great way to ignite fun, adventure back into your life, and also it will help you be very present as well, like I mentioned before, because novelty, it pulls you into the environment. You're noticing so many different things, so it gets you out of your own head, out of thinking so much, because you're taking in all the new scenes and everything that you can enjoy in the new place. So think about planning and taking yourself on a spontaneous vacation if you can, if you have the resources. And I hope these were helpful. I hope you will try some of these if you're feeling stuck or in a funk or just lost right now. So try it out. You will make it through this season. And just remember, we are all walking each other home. So please like, comment, and subscribe.